Hi guys, so today is Saturday, the 6th of November, and today is xpLosION.
Yeah, wow. I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for
I'm your healing, baby, turn me on, healing, baby, turn me on.
YouTube channel. It's Jessie and it's Jessica. So today we're going to be talking about our xpLosION story / our experience of performing at xpLosION. We're basically just going to go over how the whole experience was from us training, everything leading up to it, and we have some vlog footage to put in as well. So we've been vlogging basically the whole experience to make this video. Yeah, from the beginning, from the first week of training up till the day of. So we hope you guys enjoy this video. Our Instagram will also be linked in the description if you guys want to follow us there. If you guys want to support us that bit further, you can also watch the ads that will be throughout this video. But without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe, and let's talk about xpLosION. Some of you may or may not know, but me and Jessica are part of the University of Birmingham cheerleading team called the Birmingham Pussycats. So we joined this team in first year, last year. So we tried out, we auditioned, we got in. Our first year was a COVID year, so we didn't really get to experience many things. This year was like, basically, we were freshers as well. Yeah. And it was basically our first time experiencing a full cheer season. So as you guys can see, we are wearing our committee jumpers. So at the end of first year, Jessie and I auditioned to be coaches. Yeah. And we got that role. So I was dance coach of the 2021-2022 season. You can see on the back, it says Birmingham Pussycat. So if you're in committee, you get one of these jumpers. And Jessie is performance coach. Yeah. So we're going to explain our roles and basically what that meant for xpLosION. Yeah. First thing that we need to talk about, obviously, is what is xpLosION. Jessie, what is xpLosION? At the University of Birmingham, there is an American football team called the Birmingham Lions, and they're a very successful team. Basically have this event called xpLosION. It is their first game of the season, and it's almost like their biggest game. Their debut game. Yeah, so this happens on campus in Birmingham, and basically us as the UOB cheer team, this is our biggest performance as well. So we perform at their halftime show. So we trained for 5 weeks, 5 intense weeks to basically prepare for this performance. It's our biggest performance as a whole team. Yeah, so all 65 of us girls performed, about like 4,000 people watching in the crowd. So and it was live streamed as well, and there was like extra 3,000 people watching it, like on live stream. So it was a big day and a big performance for us. In first year, we had heard about xpLosION and we knew it was like it's basically going to be the best day of your life. Like, that's the way they explained it. Every xpLosION basically needs to be bigger and better than the previous one. It was 4 minutes long, and it basically consisted of a stunt section, a dance section, a pom section, a pyramid, and then tumbling with dance as well. So basically, Jessica being dance coach, she was in charge of the dance sections of this performance, and I was obviously there, her little assistant at the front, helping her. And throughout the summer, obviously, we choreographed it in that kitchen every single day in the summer. We were in there panicking. Oh my god! Not even panicking before we went to work, or like we come home from work in the evening. It'd be 11 o'clock at night, and we'd be standing in the kitchen dancing. That little kitchen is where the xpLosION routine started from. It's so weird because it was just us two in the kitchen doing it, planning where everyone was gonna stand and how it was gonna look, and then finally going in and seeing 65 girls doing it is so weird. It's so scary because you're like, is this actually gonna work? But by the grace of God, it did. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the tryout process. So tryouts was within Freshers Week. It was on the Saturday and Sunday, so it was a 2-day process. Anyone who wanted to join the team could try out. So basically, as committee and anyone who was a returner, we all came dressed in our bows and everything. We basically came to help with tryouts held in the Sport and Fitness Centre. And I remember when we came, there was a line, but then the line kept going. Like, when I say over 100 people came to try out to be on this team, it was way more than I expected. And I was nervous. I was nervous for them, and I was thinking, how the hell did I get in? Some subscribers who said that they basically found out about cheer through our YouTube channel, and that's why they wanted to join, which is really cute that we're getting cheer's name out there. On the first day of tryout, so everyone came in, we did a massive warm-up with everyone, and we basically... I did the warm-up, and we split into groups, and you would go and try out some stunting, you did dance with us.
Yeah.
They learned how to do jumps, letting everyone get a chance to like try the different elements of cheer.
And you could see who was like really strong at certain elements.
So you didn't have to be good at everything. It was about seeing your potential
and seeing how you if you liked it or not. The second day was the Sunday, so if you wanted to audition, you would come in the second day. It was me, head coach, assistant head coach, group stunt coach. We all sat at the front like on a table.
A little panel.
They would come in small groups of maybe around 4, and they would have to perform the dance that we taught them.
Yeah.
Perform the jumps that we taught them, and they also had to explain any experience they had within cheer, gymnastics or dance. That evening, the 4 of us, we went and we sat down, we had a meal, we had to eat because it was a long day to watch everyone, and we basically decided on who we wanted in our team, and we sent out text messages that evening, and if you got a text message, it meant that you were in the team, and you started training.
The text messages got sent out on the Sunday, and then the following Tuesday, training started. And I remember in first year when I got my text message, I literally screamed. If you don't get the text message, you're not in, which is really sad. But obviously you can come back and try out every single year. But it is really tough. Like out of 100 people, only 30 people made it. So like well done to everyone who came and tried out, because it is a scary thing to do.
So let's talk about our training process. We trained 3 times a week. Tuesday morning, 7:30. We trained 7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 a.m. You say 7:30, no, it's 7 a.m.
7 a.m. to 8:30 in sport and fitness in the dojo.
And
On Wednesdays in the Gillett Centre from 12 to 3. And then on Sundays we also train in the Gillett Centre
7 till 9
p.m.
Yeah, 7 till 9 p.m. Tuesday morning sessions in the dojo were with Jessica, and they were the dance sessions. Because it was literally 5 weeks.
We only had 5 weeks before
So
Explosion.
she had 5 Tuesdays, 5 sessions to teach
it.
65 girls this dance. And
it had to be good. It had to be good.
Yeah. We're going to insert some footage now of us literally waking up, walking to Sport and Fitness.
Morning, everyone. The time is, I think it's 6
6
o'clock.
a.m.
It's 6 a.m. right now. We woke up at 5:45 today. Today is the first cheer training session of the season. Jessica is leading today's session in the dojo in Sport and Fitness. So training starts at 7 a.m. I woke up today and I thought, oh my gosh, how can I do this? When it's the early ones, you really think, wow.
This is commitment.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like, I know it's so hard to wake up at 6 a.m, 6:30 to go and train. And like, you could not be late. Obviously, lateness is very, very strict on the team. I could not be late. How can I be late if I'm leading it?
And it was just nice because you were training and then the sun was rising in the background. So for the Gillett sessions, which were on Wednesday and Sunday, those were mainly tumbling and stunting, which was ran by our head coach and assistant head coach.
How did you feel about the training process?
So it was so intense, but it was almost like you worked so intensely for 5 weeks. And to be honest, most years you had 6 weeks. Less time this year
than ever before.
We had for the 5 weeks, but then in the end, the product and the day was, you forgot about all the tears and the stress of the past 5 weeks, because in that moment you were so happy that everything went well.
With cheer, it's not necessarily about
physical strength.
It's more about mentality. If you don't believe that your stunt is gonna hit, your stunt isn't gonna hit.
Because I think I experienced that firsthand with my stunt group. Like, we had a lot of changes along the way. With the extension, we could not hit that extension for the life of us, and it wasn't our physical ability. Like, we had good bases, we had a good back, we had a good flyer. It was about the mentality. So when we started believing in ourselves, that's when we started to hit.
Chemistry of your stunt team is so important.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dream Team.
They called themselves the Dream Team.
Like, we were like, this was us. Like, it was us against the world. That's what it felt like. Your stunt team is like, they're like
your family.
Your family.
Our warm-ups for stunting sessions would be us doing the dance.
So like, everyone would have to go up in groups and
it was about giving sass. Like, that's one thing about cheer, it's more about the performance and you being a good dancer.
Yeah, like, even if you mess up, if you have a good smile and a good like expression on your face, people don't even notice that you've messed up.
I think one thing I have learned from cheer has been I feel like my performance quality has gone up.
Yeah.
Because I know how to perform now, because they drill it in you from the beginning that you need to perform.
And if you think you look silly, you're doing it right.
You have to be over the top. That's the only way it looks good.
I think people understand the work that the coaches did outside to make it possible. Like, every single Monday night before the Tuesday morning session, I would not sleep.
Jessica wouldn't sleep.
Because
she wouldn't sleep.
It just felt like it was just on my heart. Like, I couldn't, like, how can I sleep? And like, Obviously, I would have to film like extra videos to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like,
It was just because like I was basically dance coach as well. Like
so I would like go to meetings with head coach to like organize some things.
yeah,
and,
you
like,
do
sort
like all the
everything out.
formations and stuff like that.
Like it takes time.
Yeah.
One training session that really stands out in my mind was the 4 fill-out session. Was it 4
Yeah.
fill-outs?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain, Jessie, what we had to do?
We learned the routine and we started doing full outs, which is basically when we do the whole routine from start to finish, stance, dance, pom, pyramid, dance, tumbling, like we do it all the way throughout. Came in and on the whiteboard was 4 columns, full out 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they had the name of your flyer, so your stunt group. We did 4 full outs within that session and you had to hit meaning you couldn't miss a skill, you had to hit every stunt, your flyer could not touch the floor.
You couldn't drop someone.
No.
You had to achieve 50%, so you had to hit
2 out of 4.
to not be able to come to
back.
an extra session on Thursday evening, 8 to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my team,
Yeah, the
4
dream
out-
team.
the dream team hit 4 out of 4, 100%.
We got 3 out of 4 and we didn't hit on our first one.
Yeah.
So I remember the first full out we were like, oh my gosh, like we were literally like the next 2 we have to hit.
Pushed people on, and it made them realize that when we actually go out and perform this, no one can fall.
You don't want to fall. No one wants to fall.
Like I think it made everyone want to even more
Yeah.
and want to hit. So
Yeah.
I think that was a really good exercise.
And the other exercise that we would do is you'd perform the dance and we'd call out names and you wouldn't be able to sit down until you gave enough performance. We'd keep going over the dance over and over again until you were given facials we wanted.
I felt so mean.
I know. The whole training process, it was tough and it was sometimes really, really hard, but I feel like it was positive altogether.
I'm going to talk about the week.
Oh my gosh, the
of
week leading
leading
up.
to Explosion. On the week before Explosion, on the Thursday, from 7 to 8:30 a.m, we had our first ever pitch training. So pitch training is basically where everything that we've been doing in the dojo, in the Gillett Centre, we need to basically put it on the pitch because that's where
Yeah.
we're going to be performing.
Yeah.
So we have to organise all the formations out.
So different to performing on like a spring floor in the Gillett or like soft mats in the dojo.
So
So
then having to perform it
on
AstroTurf.
AstroTurf. 7 a.m. again, early morning. The floodlights will be on the Bournemouth pitches and we'd go on and we'd all be in our puffers and our hats and it was so
and
cold.
gloves. And imagine having to stunt when it's so cold.
And your fingers are literally like numb.
and it's wet and you're restricted with jackets and the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
And it just made you realise that the conditions are so much, the conditions are
different.
so different to in the dojo. So put into perspective that we actually have to do this
outside.
outside.
Like, I would run to the top of the Bournemouth pitches and I'd be there with my little phone camera telling
Filming.
you need to move in. You need to move in. Like I was that. And I'd be calling Jessica on loudspeaker down there. One looks so small on the pitch.
You're like an ant. To look good from even up there.
So the week leading up to Explosion is called Sober Week. So basically this is a raw within cheer, a very serious raw where no one is allowed to drink
For the entire week.
and you're not allowed to basically go out clubbing or do anything crazy or drink alcohol that would end up in you injuring yourself and then you not being able to perform.
That was the reason, obviously.
Yeah, that was
for
the
it.
reason for it. If you thought that you could get away with it, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
Like, they have eyes
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Monday.
We were still going on with uni life, so I think I have a video basically of us in the teaching and learning building, and basically we were doing some work, and we on our way there the American footballers were handing out flyers basically promoting, and that was the first time I saw the Explosion flyer. So I was basically like, oh my gosh, it's on Saturday. Into perspective, like people are actually gonna come.
Yeah.
People
so
are
we-
actually gonna watch this.
We also had to do flyering throughout the week. We all had to go around. We all had like a time.
Yeah.
And we had to stand around campus and hand out flyers. So on Tuesday morning, we had our last ever dojo session.
On our way to our final dojo session, final push. If you guys are real fans of us, on the 6th of November, if you're on campus, you will be at the Bournemouth pitches. We're gonna go now.
How did you feel about your last session?
Everything everything just happened so quickly that I couldn't even have an emotion. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just about getting it done.
So we had our last Gillets training session on the Wednesday. That Wednesday night we had a meal at Dilshad, which was an Indian restaurant in Selly Oak, and
so it was our sober social, so we all went for like a team meal.
Next day was the Thursday, so we had another pitch training,
7 to 8:30 a.m.
These early mornings were killing us, but
this was like full out, so we were literally doing full outs on the pitch.
Every single session, me and Jessica were the pom ladies.
Yeah.
So we would literally have these 3 big Sainsbury's bags for life, full of poms. And when I say poms are heavier than you think,
when there's so many packed in,
it's actually heavier.
We carry these bags of poms to every single pitch training or session that we need them. But today will be the last day that we do this.
And then that day we went and got our lashes done.
Yes, we did. So her Instagram on the screen. So
that was our first time getting lash extensions. And this was basically our time to start prepping and basically looking good.
Like get our hair ready, get our lashes done.
So let's quickly talk about what we had to wear. So we had Rachel, our kit rep, and she basically was in charge of designing the explosion kit, like what we would wear for the performance. So on the Tuesday we had a kit reveal, which is basically our chance to finally see
what we're gonna wear,
because no one knew what we were like. She kept it secret, no one knew. So we came in and then on the table had like a little t-shirt and our bows and everything.
So we had a t-shirt to wear, we had our bows, and then we also had to wear black shorts, white socks and white shoes, and they had to be
clean. And they had to be clean, so you couldn't wear your beat up Air Forces, you had to scrub them a bit.
So in terms of makeup and hair, you had to have a gold smoky eye, full coverage makeup. It had red lip was essential. That was the first time I ever wore a red lip in my life,
and oh my gosh,
lots of people hated it. But it's part of it.
Lie, when you're, especially when there's so many people and the floodlights are on you, you don't want to look washed out.
You need a red lip.
So when you're smiling and singing and giving performance, a red lip does help. But obviously,
you also had to have your hair half up, half down with curls.
Curls, yeah. Now this is Friday. This is the day before. I think on that day, me and Jessica just kind of slept.
We had to do flyering again.
Yeah. Teeth whitening strips.
We packed our bags.
Yeah.
Because we had training the next morning. So, the day of explosion.
Hi guys, so today is Saturday, the 6th of November, and today is Explosion. So today is a big American football game where the Birmingham Pussycats are performing at the halftime show. So today, right now the time is like 9:30.
Yeah.
And we're on our way to training. So it's our final pitch training this morning. And the third year's head coach, when they were in first year, is going to be watching us today. And it's basically the day. And it's been 5 weeks of intense work. And here we are on the day. And we're going to be performing today around 6 o'clock on the Bournemouth pitches. It's going to be amazing.
We walked to Tesco, we got some snacks, we were carrying the poms, and we walked to our final pitch training.
So we had a pitch training between 10 to 11 a.m, so it was only an hour. This was literally the last time we would do it on the pitch before the real thing.
We had 2 previous head coaches.
They came and watched our pitch training.
If it was bad, they were going to tell us it was bad. Like,
so it was a lot of pressure
because obviously they've done this before. They know what it's like. They were honest, which was good. And obviously the day, like hours before, you didn't really want to hear that. But obviously it was important to hear that. Like it made you think this is like real. It made you think this is real. This is why we're doing this. And this isn't a joke anymore. Like we're gonna go out there and we have to hit and we have to do well. Yeah. And they were scary, but it was good. After the pitch training, they handed us our fab tickets on a Saturday. Instead of sports night at the guild, we have Fab and Fresh. Cheerleaders and American footballers,
they had basically reserved tickets for us, so we after Explosion,
it was basically our party.
Yeah, so we could all go and celebrate. So
that's it. That was the last one. I got my Fab ticket, Explosion flyer. Like we just did 2 full outs and that was it. Like the next one is the real thing.
Straight after our pitch training, we went straight home and we basically had, this was your time to get ready. Get your outfit on, get your hair, get your makeup done. Because you had to be back at Sport and Fitness at 2:30
to the dojo, and everyone was in their player layers, which is the red jacket that you wear if you're on a sports team.
So that's compulsory to wear your red player layer. The energy in the air was so different. Like, this was it. It was hours away. Went into the dojo at 2:30 and we basically practiced stunts and everything. This was also the time when we were allowed to take pictures.
An hour dedicated where you could just go and take pictures. So we were taking pictures with every single person.
And it was such a long process, but that you needed those pictures. Also, we had a photographer who came in and took pictures of us practicing, doing our stunts and everything.
Yeah.
And this was also the time where alumni basically came and watched us.
So previous coaches, previous girls that were on the team.
Previous dance coach, Anna, she came because I wanted to do her proud and stuff. And I remember her teaching me when I was in first year. He took photos of like the committee, he took photos of the freshers, he took photos of the second and third years, the whole team. Yeah, so it was cute to get like those professional pictures that you can keep forever. And then it was, girls, get your leggings on, get your players on, and we're going. Basically, it was time for us to walk down to the Bournemouth pitches for the game. I remember in this moment, we were all walking down and Jessica starts crying because we hadn't even performed yet and Jessica starts crying. A wave of emotion hit me and I was just walking down and it just made me think like, this is actually it. Yeah. Go onto the pitches and this is basically where the Birmingham Lions would do their entrance. So everyone in the cheer team, everyone had to grab a pom and we basically had to form like a tunnel. So we'd all line up on two lines and we'd all basically shake our poms. The Birmingham Lions, they would run through the middle of us. Had their song. Yeah, they had a really good song and they had flames like on the side, these real like, flames. At first I thought it was fake. I actually thought it was fake, but then I felt like the heat. They ran through the middle and we basically just had to cheer them on and they were going so fast. Like they said that if you stepped forward you would have got knocked out. So we had to make sure we stepped back or we would have got hurt. 2021, we're on the pitch. We've just done the little intro thing where the Lions come in. So we're just waiting by the side, watching the game. We're like taking loads of pictures.
There's so many people here.
Like thousands of
I knew that there would be people, but there's so many and there's more coming. Like, it's crazy.
This is so nerve-wracking. I think this is the most people I've ever performed in front of. But we're going to do it. It's going to be great.
Monster. I think it's the tropical kind.
Is it? Cool. Getting that energy up.
Monster.
Getting excited. Yeah. You've really got a touchdown.
One point.
One touchdown.
They did a kick, but I don't think it converted.
So when it was a little bit before half time, we literally had to rip off our leggings, rip off everything. It was so cold. Stunting on the side to prep ourselves, basically just warm up a bit. On the mic, basically gave some information about the team, and then they said, welcome the Birmingham Pussycats. And then we literally ran on. Like, you have to run on. Our palms down, and then we stood, and we basically performed. So we're gonna put in some videos, other external like media teams, they were also taking videos. You know, they always said that the moment that you drop your face or you don't smile is the moment they take a picture. So you always need to be on, and that's so tiring. I remember in like near the end of the routine, and we'll probably put the picture up. I remember seeing the photographer right in front of me, and I said I have to grin for my life right now. Like, this is my picture. If you you guys want to watch the full routine, we'll link it in the description. We'll link the live stream. But yeah, it was the best feeling in the world. It felt like a movie. Like everything was going in slow motion.
I felt like everything was going so fast. I felt like I was like behind. Like I remember running and thinking I need to run faster.
So we had the alumni also at the front, and they were cheering us on, and the crowd, you could literally hear people be like, whoa, whoa. Like anytime a basket happened or anything, and all the extensions hit. And basically most of this whole start section hit, and everything was amazing, and the pyramid as well was sick. I remember that I went into this video, we had a video from Gillet's training, sat at the front, and they did the pyramid, and everyone's reactions were literally like that was, the pyramid was amazing. So good. The whole performance was amazing. Loved it.
After the performance ended, we all froze in our pussycats at the end.
Hold our position, and you had to wait 1, 3, 5, 7 for like all the pictures, and then you could scream as well.
Yeah, there's pictures of everyone like hugging each other.
And my favourite picture is president and vice president, and they got a picture and they were literally like, yay!
So after the performance, we basically stood on the side. We had like a little huddle where we basically like congratulated each other.
That's when it started raining. So literally our worry was like, we've heard in previous years that people were literally like drenched.
If it was to rain, we wouldn't have been able to stunt. So thankfully, as soon as the performance was
ended,
done, then it started raining. After the performance, we basically stood on the side, we watched the rest of the game, and the Birmingham Lions won. They won the game, which is good.
What was the score?
42-0?
Something, I know it was nil. Just something nil.
Yeah, 42, like 42, 43-0, I think it was.
And then we went to the front and we basically just celebrated with the Birmingham Lions. We were all dancing and singing.
Eagles! Special teams, we've got 2 outside kick recoveries. We've got 41 fucking points.
We were on the pitch just taking photos in the rain and stuff like that. Me and my stunt team took a little cute photo in the rain.
And it was literally, it started pouring with rain. And guess what Jessie and Jessica had to do? We had to go and get the poms.
Yeah.
We got the poms, we put them in the bags, and we had to carry them. It was literally pouring with rain. We were like, let's just get an Uber home. The game was over. It was now basically time for the after party. So we went home, we got, basically, we touched ourselves up, and we went to Prees.
Yes.
The whole team was there, the alumni was there. And we basically partied for Prees.
You see just a sea of white bows, and we stood on the sofa with head coach and assistant head coach
and president and pom coach, and we basically did a speech.
Yeah. Did I say anything? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But they gave a little speech, and basically
we thanked all the girls for like all their hard work, and it was just a moment to like really like
celebrate. We had Prees, and then
we went to Circo.
Yeah, so Circo, in our kit, we stole in our bows, and we just partied, and then they played the song.
So from the dance section that we choreographed, they played that song, and everyone started doing it.
Everybody wants to be your husband, baby.
After the Circo, you go to the guild. American footballers were there as well, and it was basically just our time to basically just party.
Then we went to sleep. People like slept in their bows. Like my hair was stiff the next morning.
It was literally stuck up like this one, being in a half up, half down. I think we got back at like 4 AM.
Yeah.
Basically went home, and then that was Explosion.
So that was our Explosion story and our experience. We hope you guys enjoyed hearing about the process from like week 1, like all our training sessions.
And we hope you guys just enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes. If this is maybe...
I think it's nice to hear maybe from a cheerleader's perspective of Explosion. Because Explosion is for the American footballers, but it is a big deal for the cheerleaders as well. If you guys join American football or you join cheer like in the future and you're watching this, I think it's a nice chance to hear like what it's like.
Yeah. We'll link the full routine in the description if you guys want to watch it. Check it out, and well done to the Birmingham Lions again for winning Explosion.
Also gonna link UAB Cheers Instagram in the description below, and the Birmingham Lions Instagram also in the description.
Go and follow us there,
follow
support us,
them.
and basically just see what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year, because we still have competitions and stuff coming up. So follow us for the rest of our season. And yeah, that was Explosion. Highly recommend. I can't wait to do it again next year.
Honestly, I can't wait. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.